Hey everybody, welcome to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with T-Rex. I want to tell the ladies that we're going to come on. We'll talk about, we'll do the second part when you come on. I'm trying to reach you, but we had some technical difficulties in Memphis and they lost power. Only one that had power is Big Bank. That's because he lived out in the suburbs with all that money and big old houses. But anyway, we got Duck and Big Bank with me and my frat brothers. If the young ladies come on, we'll just chime in there, keep going. But if they don't, we'll do the show. Thank everybody for tuning in and being patient for us to come up because, like I said, we was waiting on them. But Vance says, "Hey, Vance, what's up, man?" And let's just talk about why men lie. I got a question. Then we'll just go into it. When we say why do men lie, let's break it down into different categories. Like, how about romance at the beginning of a relationship? So, y'all give me what you heard or your opinion on why men lie early in relationships.
Big Bank, you want me to go and get started on this?
Yeah, go well. First, yeah, go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
All right.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
Give a shout out to Laura. Good to see you. Glad you're there. All right. So look here. Early on in relationships, why do men lie? Not necessarily what I say they tell lies. I say they tell half truths. They get to know each other. So they try to figure out, all right, how do I tell you I'm not a rich man? Or how does somebody portray themselves to be more than what they are? So what comes out is not necessarily a lie. It's just, I'm not going to tell you I don't have that much money. I don't have that much.
Yeah. All right. Laura said, yeah, why? So why you got to lie? Why can't you just tell the truth? I'm broke.
Absolutely. And the other thing about the car that you drive usually is telling somebody if you got or what you don't have.
Well, I'm gonna chime in on that. I'm gonna use myself as an example. Back in when we were in school, if you had a car that told you something about yourself, and then the type of car that you had would tell you something about yourself. But I don't know, Doug. I'm gonna see if Henry agree with you on that. Men just tell partial truths. That's true, Lord. The truth will all come out. I want to know, do you agree or disagree with what Doug said, men tell partial truths?
Well, first of all, I want to say prayers up to the young ladies that was in the Memphis area, hoping that they are all safe and sound right now. This podcast was going to be originally about why men, who lies the most, men or women, and I was really prepared for that discussion because I came in with a calculator, but I later went and bought an adding machine. So I was going to add up the lies that was told. So right now, I'm going to add, Duck is leading right now with the lies. Duck is. He's leading with the lies because his initial lie is that he said, "Hey, Laura, good to see you." Bro, we can't see Laura. You know what I'm saying? We can't see Laura, bro. Oh, that's a lie. Okay. Now let me get back to it. So you lead, Doug. You lead. Okay. So now, I think we don't volunteer all of the truth. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell a lot of person about a club when you go to the club. If they got a drink and the glass is sweating, that means they ain't got no more money to buy another drink. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't think that we tell the whole truth.
She says she can see you, Henry.
Pieces of it. We tell bits and pieces of it. So,
well, yeah, Laura, I know you can see us, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Well, hey, that's one of the twins on here. That's Andrea's sister at top. Hello, beautiful. How you doing? How's the little baby? I think the biggest lie, men, back to the relationship early. I do think men lie. I mean, I have to go back and think about some of the things I said when I was trying to impress a woman, you know. But when in high school, he's good. Thank you. I'm glad. I think that it's it's not really hard. It's hard to tell the truth sometimes because, especially we'll just go to our first freshman year in college. Because I don't know about high school. High school, everybody know everything about you anyway because they ride the bus with you, so they know where you live at. And I lived on a military base, so I think in college you always want to be a little bit better than. Rob came on with the yo. I think it's a little bit about the situation in college that we really should look at. That's when fellas really college and after high school. We'll call it after high school. I think that's when fellas really lie because you're trying to establish a relationship with someone. What's up, Vance? How you doing, man? I try to figure that out, but I think we just all trying to figure it out. Sitting and you're talking, you're trying to say, hey, this is what I got, and you're trying to compete with other people. So I think that's why in early in relationship, the competition is lying. It doesn't matter what, it's when you're young and you're competing, that's just competition. So you do tell, in my opinion, we do tell lies. So
I think it's stretching the truth. You know what I'm saying?
If it's not the truth, Henry, it's a lie.
But I love it when people think that the truth sets you free.
It don't set you free.
And you don't want to be free.
Well,
you don't want to be free. You want to be with the person.
Hey,
so you want to hook up.
If you're just trying to get a hookup that night, maybe you can lie. But eventually the truth is going to come out. And I think that's where most, since we're talking about men, I think that's where most men fall short by telling that lie at the beginning of a relationship. Because if it goes farther than that night, now you got to figure out how to straighten that lie out. Or, I'm sorry, it's not a lie. It's stretching the truth.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
But to the ladies, y'all let me know, is that still a lie?
But let me ask you this. Somebody, first thing, if you go to a dance hall or something like that on the dance floor, and you think
dance hall, it's a club. It's a club.
Dance
you
hall?
never went to no dance hall.
Dance hall club. Y'all club.
It's a club, okay. Man. You need to go to. When did you go to a dance hall?
Man, this brother just showed his age. Dance hall. Come on, man.
I was in school. We didn't go no dance hall.
Repeat that, boy. I tell you. Let me tell you. Hey, Lord, let me say it this way. When you go ask somebody to dance and you can't dance, that's when a lie's coming out. But the truth will follow you on the dance floor. You start doing one of the crazy dances back in the day.
Okay. That's why I want the young ladies on here, because I'm gonna let you know. Back in the day, we didn't do all those fancy dances. Now I bet you $100 right now that we do the same dance we did back then today.
Well,
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about us.
Yeah,
us. I'm talking about us. I do the same thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure if Duck went to a dance hall, he out there doing the butt. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to do the James Brown
big old butt.
Okay. He was doing the butt. Or back in the day, what's called the electric slide. That's a dance hall dance. That's a dance. Yeah. I don't know where Duck came up with that one from. But that was pretty good. Duck. I can't ever say that you was telling a lie because I've never been to a dance hall.
Right.
So I'm
right.
Woo. So in a relationship with me, Vance said something. So I believe what we see as young men, it intimidates. I agree. And we try not to get embarrassed in paying our bills, and the dad takes the car and the ID in limbo. I agree with you, Vance. That's what happens. You get out there, you just want to have some fun, and you're trying to be somebody and not. So I think that's where the lies start with young men when we're trying to impress a woman. And I think Vance hit it on the head. And what do you think that's the main issue? It doesn't matter what we're talking about. We're trying to impress a young lady. And if we're not like Big Bank Hank, we can't always go out there and say, hey, I'm Big Henry. I do everything I want to do. I'm the main man. So little people like me and you, Duck, have to go out there and fabricate something.
Now I did fabricate when I first met my wife. It was on a date, so I kind of described myself to her, I think I described myself as 6'4", actually 6'3". You know, I think I said 200 was about 235. So I stretched the truth a little bit, but when she saw me, she was very well pleased. So I think it all worked out, man. So
you had hair back then.
Man, I'm telling you this. I did. I was gonna say something, but I better not. But I think, like I say, I'm gonna stick to my guns on stretching the truth. We do tell untruths. We do, and but so does everybody else.
So Terry,
Man,
Terry.
Your line brothers just hit us on Facebook, brother.
Hey Terry.
Gary said, "Me and do lie."
Yeah.
He want to say, "Yo, what's up?" I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. Hello, what's up? What's up, new Gary Stowe? Then we got what's up, Miss Richards? I'm about to call you Pilcher. You know I love you, and so that's why men lie.
So
I mean, you just heard what your line brother said, and men lie.
But Terry,
I will not answer on the grounds that it might incriminate me about my line brother. Okay.
But hold it. Why do men lie when you don't have to lie?
That's what I want to know. I mean, men is listening. Let's get something straight. I'm not saying that I never told a lie, because I'd be lying there. But I agree with you, Duck. Why do we do it?
Okay.
I think if you read what Vince said because we're embarrassed to know the truth, to tell the truth. I can honestly say I didn't grow up. He said for protection. Okay. I like that one. I like that Van said for protection. So we must I don't know, man. I didn't date no woman bigger than me, so because I could handle myself. But if she's bigger than me, I think I'd be a little afraid.
Now I got a couple of friends. Most of them are right now. They're car sales. Well, don't want to say they're car sales. They're salesmen. Okay, so in selling, they ain't never told the truth. They ain't told the truth yet. In selling, they trying to make sure that the product gets sold, regardless of what it is. You remember when they say, "Why do you lie?" When you don't have to, it's for your ego. Yeah. It's for your ego. You trying to be this macho, gacho, Gucci man. Coochie,
Well, he said, "Oh man," he said emotions and feelings and protection. I agree with and your boy Rob just laughing his butt off, man. He about to cry over it. But I agree with you, man. I think it's when you're sitting out there and you're trying to be all cool and everything, it's kind of hard. I can, back in the day, we weren't like the kids out of the day. We didn't, only a few people had muscles and only a few people had money. So I don't.
What?
I was at Home Depot. I was at Home Depot, and this dude in front of me, he had a cart full of everything. So he they swiped his card, and they said, "Sir, the card was declined." He said, "Oh no, run it again. That can't be right." Ran it again. Boop, declined. And I'm saying to myself, I said, this dude know good and well this card is declined, but he didn't want to fess up to it. So he just left everything there and walked out.
All right, Robert, we'll get you on that one. Okay. That was a good story because he knew he was lying because he was probably trying to 5-finger discount it.
Man, this myth.
But Rob said, I think lying is, Robert asked, was lying taught or was it a learned behavior, a trait that he was born with? I think we learn to lie at a very young age. I mean, we all got Henry does, but I got grandkids, and that when you come in the kitchen and there's crumbs all on the floor and cookie all over their face, and you ask them if they eat a cookie, what's the first thing they say? Not me, Papa, not me. Ain't nobody in the kitchen, but the cookies is on the floor. So I think at that point, that's how my grandson started learning how to tell lies.
Well, it's just like this. This partner of mine had a little baby. Him and his wife had a baby. So they brought the baby over to the house. And man, you like to hold the baby? I said, yeah. I got the baby, said, oh my God. He's a cute little boy. That joker was ugly as all get out. You hear me?
They always say.
You wrong. So that's a good lie. See, that's the difference between a bad lie and good. Felicia, hello out there. I see you on there from Clarksville. I just want to know why. Now that was a good lie because you don't hurt nobody's face.
Yeah.
Now, since my daughter ain't here, I'm gonna tell you, children don't lie.
No.
Well, they do, but they don't. But
no,
I'm not gonna tell you that story because I don't want my grandchildren trying to beat me up. But I think it is learned. I think young dudes lie because they have to, because and we always lie. I mean, this is the biggest lie, and I want to see if y'all agree with it. When you a young man, since you're a man, does a young man always lie about his sexual encounters? That's a good one.
When you say how many people you've been with?
How many people? How long you last?
Oh man! After you do this station break, we'll talk about it.
All right. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You with T-Rex and the Noops and Out of Bounds, and we about to get a real good question on this one. So line them up. Say hello. Okay.
Now sometimes you lie and you think it's the truth. And sometimes you just tell a lie, knowing that it's the truth in your mind. In your mind, you think, yeah, that's the way it is. You visualizing this to be. You calling it into existence. That's that macho, Robert. That's that right. That's that macho.
I was waiting for you to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, Henry. What's your version?
Well, my version is what had happened that's what happened was, you go to the bathroom, say, man, you sit down, man, this water cold. That's a lie.
It is deep too.
It is deep too.
Well, the truth for the
okay.
I'm trying to see what Robert said. Yeah, we laugh about our sexual crime. I think we do most of the lying to each other. I really do. I was at the gym and my friend Kenny sent me these memes. I sent them out. And I know y'all saw when the two dudes were sitting there talking about how they talk to their wife. When I forgot the name of it, but he's always looking around, and he's talking about, and I said, bitch, you'd heard what I said. And every time they would say what they like, I told her she need to hurry and get dressed. He said, then the other guy would say, did you really call her a bitch? And he looks around. Yeah, I called her a bitch. And then they go to different parts. Men always, because good and doggone well, you ain't gonna sit there and tell your woman, you better hurry him, let's go. Because you're going by yourself. Or you be homeless. Or you might get popped in your head.
Well, if you're married to my wife, you're gonna have 6 friends taking you in church.
Well, you never really want to disrespect the woman. So the B word ought to be out. And then because when you call that girl or your woman the B word, she gonna come back and say your mama.
Yeah, but that is true. I wasn't talking about what I call them. I was talking about the video.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was trying.
But they were afraid.
The point is we lie because when we're having a conversation with our boys about what we said to our woman, it sounds a little bit more macho than it actually was. It was Robert's lip. It was really very watered down. It was very watered down.
Yeah. But when they got into space on the rocket ship, and they was afraid that the woman was still listening, and one went out in space, I'm like, you know what? He's really gone off. He's gone in the deep end. Ain't nobody around him, and he still want to tell that lie. So it's full of it. We tell.
I think that's probably the best example of men lying. I mean, we have to admit, I'm not going to admit failure that we lie less than women, because sometimes that's so dumb. All right, that's not dumb. It's the truth. But I think that we lie to women because most of the time that we pick up, we're attracted to a woman. She ain't that real woman. You know what I mean? false eyelashes, nails. Now they even got booty pants.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
I heard a guy say he took this woman out to dinner. Man, I mean, she was built like a brick house. Okay. So when he got home, she took off her bra and it was a padded
Hold on
bra.
here. Fly safe there, Robert. Fly safe.
She took her bra off and put it in the drawer. So then she took off her booty pads and put it in the drawer. So he didn't know to either get in the bed with the woman or get in the drawer, you know.
I'm gonna ask well, I called her Denise when we was in school, and Felicia answered that on my Facebook. Ladies, if y'all can tell us what Henry just said, please text me on there. And
I'm saying they lying about everything: the eyelashes, the booty pads, the boobs, everything. That's what I'm saying. And just taking them off and putting them in the drawer.
Doug said it earlier, and that's the best I say. You always lie about how long you're gonna last. Now let's just be for real. When we was still in our early 20s,
look,
you know we was lying. I mean, we might be good at what we was doing, but it still was a lie because we lied. I mean, that's just what we did. Now in high school, you can't lie that much because they know you. So that's why they go that far back to high school. I think once you get into junior high and up, we kind of stop the line and stuff. We talk to our parents. But I still think men do most of the lying to their friends.
Bernie Mac said it best. You know, and Bernie Mac, God rest his soul, you know, you don't get yours. Too bad.
Oh, Henry, your land brother said, Big Stowe said, what was your first lie?
I told you early, Gary. I refuse to answer that on grounds it might incriminate me, sir.
All right. I think my first lie was when I got caught cutting class, Gary. That's what I think my first lie. Well, I said it wasn't me, it was my brother, and I still got it because he was in school and I got caught. So let's move right along. Let's go up a little bit. And okay, and as a young man out of college, or 25 and older, why do we think that it's okay? I'm trying. Oh, it is on the hour. Hey, thanks for tuning in. TAN TV African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with T-Rex and the Noops, and we're talking about why men lie. So we lie too now. Now let me try to explain this and give it so everybody can know what I'm talking about. We got an average job. We living in an apartment, but we driving a brand new big body BMW or Mercedes or something like that. Why do we do that to ourselves? Even if you can afford all that at that age, 25 to 30, why do we do that? Because it's really a lie. It's really a lie because, as we go older, we know you should be driving a Pinto and own a house. So my question is, why do we lie to women about our professional gains?
Trying to impress. That's all. Trying to impress. Trying to be something that you're not. That's why they say you're keeping up with the Joneses. Just because Joe Blow over here has got this, you want to be the same or better than Joe Blow. And that is so crazy. You live within your own means, man. That's what we should.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That is true. What's up, Vance? This is the other Vance. This is they both Q's. This is Vance Jackson. He's out here in California.
Oh,
I saw him. I saw him last night.
Oh man, they Q's.
But
they Q's.
Q. Yeah, but
Q's and flies. I do despise. The more I meet Q's, the more I like flies.
Them some big boys. I just think we as men, if we be a little bit more truthful, do you think that women would be more truthful?
I would say
honesty is not a trait that the man has. That's not going to give him that edge as far as his again, his demeanor is to say, only way in a relationship, you want to be honest. If you want to save that relationship, it's best to be honest. But in other things, just telling it, because I got some statistics, and that's for my brother named Jimmy Dukes. I got some statistics. I'm a number guy. I'm a number guy. Okay. So just think about it.
That's my lie detector going off. That's my lie detector going off.
That's what Gary said. Gary said, "Hell no."
Okay.
But we got
if you had
hello Yolanda, how you doing? Thanks for watching. We got Denise again. Then Miss Bell said a lot of women like that kind of stuff. So men get that's why men depress it. Would y'all agree? We all do it. Trust me, we all do it. I was an E4 driving a Mercedes, so I know. I was living in barracks. I had no money, but I had a nice car, so I know.
He wants them numbers. He wants them numbers.
Jimmy said, "I'm listening, Doug."
I'm gonna give you them numbers, man, but you don't want me to have those numbers. But if you had 50 men in a room, all right, and you had $100, and 5 of those men took the $100, but in order for you to ask all 50, you tell them all to say you didn't take it. So all 50 people say they didn't take it, but 5 of them actually took it. You won't be able to determine who got the doggone $100. Which 5 got the $100? Statistics show that we cannot determine a lie from one from another. So we're accusing half of them, which is 50% of them, as lying. So now you got 25 brothers that took 5. That only 5 of it. You only got 500 missing, but you got 25 brothers accused of taking it. Henry, you didn't follow those numbers?
No, sir. I'm confused.
That's 50%.
I think Doug's trying to take us some philosophy on us.
No, I'm trying to give you numbers. That's 50% of 50. It's 25.
25.
But only 5 people took it. You ain't gonna have them 5 people to confess they took.
So that's only 1% of 50 people. It's 5%. Is
absolutely. All right, Jimmy got me. I know it. Jimmy's on the real deal. He understands. That's 50%. So you got 25 brothers you're gonna accuse of saying y'all lying. Y'all got my money. So you got 25 you're gonna pick over on the side, and that's funny to me.
Let's go to the serious.
Hey, Doug. After that, Doug, I need to take my Tylenol. So you just, oh God, I ain't got no water up here, man.
Henry, I'm gonna smack you upside your head because you can't count. I told y'all, I'm a number man.
Well, I'm gonna say this for Jimmy Dukes and the guys you play golf with. No, you ain't. So what else do you think that men lie about? We went to relationships, touched on relationships, we touched on
finances.
Right answer. I mean, hey, I keep trying to dye my beard sometimes because I don't want to look old. But I had to let it go, man, because you know why? Because I am old. So I think once you grow up, your lies slow down a little bit. Donald ruined it for y'all. Donald Duck, you said the producer said you ruined it for us.
Oh,
but I think when you get a little bit more mature, the lies slow down. What do you think? Do you think as you get older, your lies start lying down? They start getting smaller, or you just quit all of a sudden? Just on a tip. We're not talking about in our relationships with our wives or girlfriends. We just talking about with our fellas, because Jimmy just laughing his butt off. So,
I don't know. You talk about your beard, dyeing your beard black or whatever. There's guys also that's got the George Jefferson, the half and half. Let it go, man. Let it go. Go ball. Like me. Go ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
But you make a very good point there, man. And that is something to think about, what you just said, because I don't know. I don't know if I have a definitive answer right now, but I'm sure when Doug come up with some more of his statistics, I can
Well, Denise said from Austin Peace. Jimmy said we lie about our masculinity. Hold on. Let me give it to Denise. I said. Denise said, yeah, because they catch up, so they can catch up with you. That's why men lie, because they catch up with you. And Jimmy, I agree with you. That's why we do stuff like that, so that we still look macho, have our masculinity, look sexy and young instead of, everybody's talking about these guys that walk around with the 50s on. They got their they got that little club, whatever.
I disagree with you right there.
Silver Fox.
Silver Fox is cool. I disagree with you right there, Rat. And I'm going to say, man, I'm 63 years old, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty on my right, and I'm pretty on my left. Ow, ow, ow.
You know what? Yolanda from high school just told me, she says, yeah, stop walking and stop talking. You look like Uncle Ruckus.
There she go.
I mean, it's really hard to figure out the close up or the high note.
Come on.
We have the women on next week, so we could get a real good one. But I just think that when you sit there and you worry about it, we do worry about our appearance. Let's be for real, Not all men do, because I'm gonna put a little thing on blast. Went to a birthday party last night at a normal little club in Rialto.
Dance hall.
And man, them dudes had tight shirts on, gut all popped out. They was, I probably was older than them, but I'm not trying to be conceited, but I was in better shape than them. And I want to know what happens. Do we continue? Do we accept what we look like, but we still want our woman to look like she's 25? Because that's a lie. So why do men do that? Just tell me on that one.
I don't know. You go to the gym, Terry, or the gyms here in Memphis, man, you'll find these guys working out religious out there hollering, dude, why you doing all that? You're trying to bring attention to yourself and all of that, but that ain't no need for that. But you do want to look good. I get my nails done. I get my toes done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. That's for me. That's for me. For my betterment. You know what I'm saying? That's not to try to impress anybody, but that's just for me. So, man, take care of yourself. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Just
the Lord said it seems like it.
And long as you do you, you cool.
That is true.
Yes, sir.
That is true. What you come on, Duck? I'm waiting for you.
There ain't nothing wrong with it, Henry. Big Bang, when you talking about when you feel good, you look good.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
All I can say is, we ain't got no hair, so we ain't like you, Duck. We can't be brushing it up. We didn't brush it all off in the sink earlier today. So
well, now I'm gonna tell you now, if Duck keep bowing his head right there, you're gonna see that spot right there. So he needs to let that go too now.
I just know men just do it. I mean, I'm not gonna, when the girls come on next week, and I hope they're not watching it, I'm not gonna admit that we lie. I'm not gonna admit that. What Jimmy Duke say, Rat, you are in better shape than. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. That's why I love Jimmy. Let me tell you what Jimmy said. Hold on, everybody. Rat, you are in better shape than 7% of men our age. And that's Jimmy Dukes get a birthday gift from me.
Those are statistics.
Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. How can you say that, man? Look at me. I'm just gonna show this part. We're not gonna go below the chest. We're not gonna do that. It's just like my son. My son took a picture, and he said, "Dad, look at this, man. I got a 8-pack. Look at it." And dude, he chiseled like it all get out. I said, "Boy, that ain't nothing, man. You got an 8-pack, but I got a keg."
I'm just saying, man, it's hard, but we still do it.
But Jimmy Dukes is 100% right, because Rat came to homecoming one year, and it's November. It's like 30 degrees out there. This dude out there in a wife beater shirt, cut up, walking around like this. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't no 30 degrees.
And Jimmy said, "Well, if you got it, flaunt it." I said, "He flown it, all right. He might have pneumonia in the begonias tomorrow."
Who are you comparing that to? I remember that whole comment. I think you told me to lie too. You was lying talking about we knew it was you, the C party. Everybody got out your way. I was like, that ain't true.
Yeah.
That ain't true. One more thing. Let's get one more good one in before we go. What do you think is the biggest lie that men tell? I already know the answer.
What do you say then, my brother?
I want y'all to tell me.
How much money they got?
That's a good one. That's on the list, but that's not number one.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Okay.
You know, because a shot call and how much money you got?
I don't know, man.
Because hold it depends on the age too, right? T-Rex.
That is true. Okay, so we'll break it down. We'll go from 25 and young right now. 25 and young. 25 and younger. What is the biggest lie 25-year and younger would tell?
Jimmy that.
Jimmy hit it. Jimmy
hit it on the head.
It don't matter how old you are, Jimmy. You are 100% correct. They won't tell you how large your friend is, and what he can do. That's the biggest lie. That is. The producer said they're a penis.
That sounds like one of those celebrity feud questions.
But it's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the biggest lie. That's the biggest lie. I mean, and the bad thing about it is you can't accompany it. Now, I'll tell you a story real quick. When I was a young sailor, we sat topside watch on our submarine, and it was a submarine tender, which is a bigger ship that service submarines down the pier, and they had a ton of women walking past that thing one day. So we had got these styrofoam things. They was about that long and about that thick in some of the packages that we got. So we were sitting there messing around, and you know how you start lying. So I put one in my pants, right? So I'm standing on the pier, and the women was looking, man. They was looking. It was almost down to my knee. They was looking. And the senior enlisted man on the boat we call him the cob, chief of the boat. And he came by and he said, Rayford, he said, take that out your pants right now. You know you ain't that big. But that's the biggest lie that you tell, man. But but we do have fun with it. We do have fun with it all the time. And I think that's the most important thing, man, is that, sometimes we lie for fun. Like in that thing we was talking about when they tell their wives, bitch, we ain't gonna. I mean, I don't even know if the real hardcore gangsters even say that to their woman, because they got to go to sleep. But hold on a second. Thanks for tuning in to TAN TV African American Network. We got a local feel with a global reach. You're listening to Out of Bounds with T-Rex, and we want to know why do men lie? There's so many reasons why we lie, but only Henry know how many times Duck has admitted lying.
27.
You keep count on me, man.
I'm a statistician.
Now, I'm the statistician. You the professor.
So what now? I don't want to say that because I don't want nobody to get in trouble. So let's come up with a good one on a good question of why men would why do we continue to lie after we're already in the relationship?
Because you've already started the lie before you got there. During the relationship, you got to keep the lie going. So now you done almost forgot your lie, so you got to keep the lie going some kind of way. And then that's when you get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? When you get caught up in the lie. So you got all kind of issues then.
I think that's the biggest one right there. And I think the biggest problem is what you just said, Henry. We forget our lies. We forget our lies. And the producer agrees with you. That's very accurate, Henry. I'm thinking she's trying to hit on and Laura said, amen. Here's the woman thing. But I think they're both trying to hit on your intelligence part so they can, because you so intelligent that they just hit you on that with them big, large words. I can't even spell accurate.
Right.
So I'm sure that's what she was talking about. But
well, just
to be safe, let everybody know everybody on here got at least a bachelor's degree. Now, Dr. Henry got like 17 other degrees. So
no, just two. Just two.
But I just wondered that. I mean, as we get older, I know as we get older, we don't lie. Because really, when you get old enough, you just don't care no more. I mean, why lie? You know, I like Richard Pryor's, what he always said, 15 seconds or 15 minutes, whatever comes first. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. You know, Richard used to tell them lies. Remember he told about how the water, this water cold. Yeah, it's deep too. Everybody know that joke. That's a lie, you know. But hey, I think society makes us do them lies, especially when it comes to women, you know, because they be seeing them dudes in the movies and they be like, you know, come on, you know. That's like one out of every, 25,000, maybe more than that. Hey, Cindy, how you looking? How you? Thanks for checking in. Jimmy say they don't need Viagra. Who don't need Viagra? Jimmy, not Jimmy Dukes. Jimmy, one of the frat out here in California said that. Dr. Jimmy, he's a Dr. Jimmy Coverton. He said that they say they don't need Viagra.
It wasn't me.
Jimmy, out here in California, you'll get everybody in trouble on that one, brother. I'm gonna let you know we ain't gonna even touch on that one because if your friend or they gonna count them pills and see how many you got it. One is missing, you're gonna be in trouble. So we leave that one alone, Jimmy. Do you think that we lie about do you think men lie when they drive a sports car? I hear that all the time. You know, because my big butt can't get out of my little tiny car, but I hear it all the time. So do you think I'm lying because I like a little sports car? I'm trying to be young because every woman always tell you what? You trying to relive your childhood. Is that true?
I don't know. It may be some truth to that. You know, they got a sports car and they're 60 years old. And a lot of people say you're trying to compensate for something. I don't know if that's the truth. They could have always wanted a sports car. You know what I'm saying? And now that they're older, they're able to get the sports car. But I don't know. And maybe you are. Maybe you got the sports car. You're trying to attract a little younger girl. You know, the little girl walk up to you and say, "What's your name?" She said, "First name Sugar, last name Daddy." You know, so.
No, yeah. In my opinion, I'll just be honest with you. I think that's, you know, because we all got kids. And it ain't practical to have a two-seater and you got kids.
Right.
So when your kids grow up, your money gets a little longer, you can afford one. That's my opinion.
I agree.
But I swear every woman that you talk to will think, oh, you just trying to be young again. No.
I agree.
That's not.
Now, both of y'all's nose just got a little longer. Both of y'all's nose is growing.
Laura says sponsor, laugh out loud.
Both of y'all nose is growing. If you want,
all I can say
if you want the sports car now and you shoulda or woulda wanted it back then and didn't get it then, that's what you're doing. You just living that dream.
Now see, now Henry vouched for this. What kind of car was I driving?
280Z. 280Z.
There you go. So that was a sports car.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I got a Fred Sanford truck, so there you go.
I'm just saying back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about right now.
Yeah.
You know, right now we can afford a car like that because our bills is low. We don't go nowhere. Our wardrobe probably amounts to about maybe but
I ain't seen no Bentley. 50. I ain't seen no Bentley in a two-seater.
But check this out too.
But
check this out.
No,
when
you got a convertible.
When I got before I pledged, and I'm not gonna call nobody's names. It was these group of brothers. I'm not gonna say what city they were from, but man, they wore suits every day, different suits every day, the class and everything. Now I'm not gonna tell you where they got those suits from, but you know, it started with a G and ended in an L. You know. But man, it worked out very well. So, so is that a lie? Is that a lie?
Yeah. Let's for Duck answer that. Hold on a second, Duck. Thanks for tuning in to TAN TV African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You listen Out of Bounds with me and my fellas here. At Henry just asked a good question, so answer it, Duck. Answer it, Duck.
Mr. Statistician.
You know what? You know what, Bank? I'll tell you this. If you got it, you got it like that. You just roll with it, buddy.
I agree with you, young brother. You got
it my nephew just came in. He's a young noob up in LA. He talked about women lie. We're gonna talk about that. They can't defend themselves today because they ain't here. But yeah, we already know that women lie. I mean, women tell some atrocious lies. So before we go, let's tune up for next week when the young ladies come on so they can defend themselves. Let's get a head start on them and ask a question. Why do women lie? What's the biggest reason women lie? Are you tearing
I've never heard a woman tell a lie.
Come get me, Elizabeth.
I've never heard a woman tell a lie. They always tell the truth. Nothing but the truth.
The producer's a woman, and she said we don't got enough time. I'm not gonna say in the current relationship you in or whatever that your woman / wife, girlfriend, friend tell you lies. But they do lie. They do lie. And they call themselves, I love the Fred Stafford. Thank you, Lord. They call themselves telling the truth. But they tell lies, you know. And back to what you said earlier, it shows that they read us. They read us like books. We just don't pay attention when they lie. They read us like a book. You know.
So you're saying there's some telltale signs?
Definitely is. If you sit down and figure it out, you will.
Yeah. But I know this guy I know this guy that stutters and he can't tell a lie. Okay. This guy that stutters, he can't never tell a lie. And I hate to say this, you know, I just can't do no. I just can't tell the truth. I just can't tell a lie.
Your boy Jimmy say women lie on how they men satisfy.
What?
I'm glad that look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about that one. That's a good lie. Lie on me all the time. If that's what you want.
You be broke. You'll be a broke man.
I think you know, I think the biggest thing they lie about the most is other than Jimmy's comment, they set their men satisfied, is their appearance. Is their appearance.
I agree.
It's the biggest lie. I mean, how many friends that you know, young and old, wear makeup?
Men?
Cover up blemishes. Yeah, men. Oh, that's next week for Kappa Me. The producer's getting on us. I'm just asking.
I don't know no men to wear makeup.
I don't either. That's the key.
All the ones on TV.
Well, somebody said Jesus. Oh, we ain't got enough time for tell the truth. She talked about baby Jesus. Well, it is getting close. We only got a couple seconds. So, fellas, give a shout out to who you're going to shout out. Anybody that's having a birthday or something. Because next week, I'm hoping that Memphis has power, and our two young ladies going to come on. One of them's going to be my daughter, and I'm sure it's going to be very interesting to hear them tell their part, and especially my daughter telling me how I got caught in my lies. So, with that being said, fellas, we got about 11 minutes. You wanna get some shout outs and look in your Facebook and tell everybody that talked to you. Like Gary said, 0. I don't know what that meant from you, Gary. You gotta tell me better what the 0 is. And Renee said that she doesn't lie about her appearance. And
oh boy,
Jimmy Duke said, "How?" Not to you, Renee. Not to you, Denise. Jimmy Duke said, "I'm just getting everything out there." So go check your thing and see what it is. So while Duck and Henry is checking, I just want to make sure that y'all tune in next week because the ladies live in Memphis and they had a tornado. So keep everybody in Memphis, keep everybody in the Ohio Valley in that area in your prayers because the tornadoes are the bad weather's coming that way. And out to the people in Texas, we got a lot of good friends out there. My second to oldest is in Houston, so my prayers for the heat because they say the heat's killing them. And out here in California, we getting that extreme heat, like 75 degrees to 80 degrees. I'm just playing. So, Henry, you done doing your research? What you come up with, man?
I got it, man. I just want to say big shout outs to, well, first of all, we just coming off of Juneteenth. A huge shout out to Juneteenth, man, and glad to see that. I'll be glad when it becomes a national holiday opposed to a federal holiday. But that should be celebrated and talked about at all times.
That's for sure.
Just not the month of June or whatever, man. That should be talked about at all times. First of all, in the homes, and outside the homes, and then to the schools, man. Shout out to the moms, shout out to the wives, shout out to the dads, man. Just big ups to everybody. Just looking forward to next week's. Had a great conversation today, and big ups to everybody. Peace out.
Are you, Duck?
All right. Now I'm still scratching my head. National holiday, federal holiday. They all the same. It's all just
no, they're not.
Okay. We're gonna debate that because Columbus Day is a national day. Okay. It's a national holiday. It's just the same. Once the federal government recognizes, it becomes a national holiday.
That is true.
The state just don't ratify it. Every state.
I'm sorry, Mr. State.
It's just not a paid holiday for most people. That's what
right.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he meant to say state holiday. You need to recognize and ratify it.
Right. My bad. Right.
No doubt. So happy Juneteenth Day to everybody. But Tennessee, Nashville, but Tennessee especially. Celebrating Pride Month, hats off to the LGBTQ and plus, and recognize everything that goes on with that community. Stay safe as we approach again the health and the wealth as we're getting ready to go into the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Just make sure. But I want to give a shout out to my grandson, Ari Joshua Matthews. He's going to be 9. And I tell you, he's going to learn how to ride his bike. And that's going to be a good thing. He can ride his bike from his dad's house to my house. Yeah, he can ride his bike from dad's house to my house.
I want to give one more shout out. I want to give one more shout out to the old men that wear a chain over their tie.
I love you, my brother.
That's Duck just being cool, man. Leave Duck swagger alone, man. Leave Duck swagger alone.
Swagoo.
And got a pen, okay? Got a pen. You can't see it.
I just want to say, hey, I want to thank everybody that tuned in, and I hope you got it. We try to answer all your questions and get it out there right away so the fellas can talk about it. I'm going to ask you guys to come back again next week so we can do the same thing, so we can hear the lady side. And I'm sure they're going to come with some good answers, and they're going to challenge our answers. So with that being said, I hope everybody watched back to Juneteenth. I hope everybody watched the CNN special. That was really good. It was out in L.A. in the bowl, but it was on CNN the whole time, and it was amazing. For the Greeks, they had all the Divine Nine up there, and they looked really good. And then I'm going to give a shout out to the Noops, especially because we didn't drop no cane. I was holding my breath the whole time, but them young boys got down, and the ladies got down. So shout out to all those people that was involved in that Juneteenth festival. and to the ones that were involved all over the country. And I'm glad that it's finally recognized that, you know, we were enslaved people and free. Now we just got to get some more bills passed. But before all that, I'd like to say, hey, bad as it is, America's still the best. So with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel of global reach. And thank you for spending this hour with Out of Bounds with me, Terry Rayford Sr., Lonnell Matthews. I'm still sure he's a senior. And we know Henry, the Big Daddy, is the third. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
All right, fellas. Much love. I'll see you. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Producer, take us away. Give us a little bit of music.
Yeah.